Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Najiha binti Abdul Basir. My matric number is 21BB05006.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Sarah binti Dawood. My matric number is 21BB05011.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Amin Duin. My matric number is 21BB05010. I am from BB052A. Today, my teammates and I will present our topic assignment, which is cases of deficient and imperfect legal capacity, causes of defective legal capacity.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Last week, I have involuntarily read an article contains a phrase which I really wanted to know at that time. The phrase is legal capacity. Fatihah, do you know what is legal capacity?
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oh, you don't know what is legal capacity?
Yes, I don't know.
Let me introduce to you and all of you what is legal capacity. In Islamic law, the terminology ahliyah is used for legal capacity or legal personality. The literal meaning of the word ahliyah is absolute fitness or ability. Ahliyah is the fitness or ability to acquire rights and exercise them and to accept duties and perform them. In Arabic, legal capacity is called dhimma. Dhimma is called for the fitness or ahliyah of the person in relation to his actions according to the application of the law or ahkam. There are two types of ahliyah, which are ahliyah al-wujub and ahliyah al-ada. Ahliyah al-wujub is the capacity for acquisition, which enables a person to acquire both rights and obligations. Meanwhile, ahliyah al-ada is the capacity for execution, which gives a person to the ability to exercise such rights and perform his duties.
Oh, now I understand what is legal capacity.
If I am not mistaken, legal capacity can be divided into 3 classifications.
Oh, really?
Absolutely yes, Sarah.
For your information, legal capacity can be classified into deficient legal capacity, imperfect legal capacity, and defective legal capacity.
I know what is deficient legal capacity. Deficient legal capacity is given in cases where the manner or basis of legal capacity is not fully developed. Therefore, a person may not have been born yet or he may not have reached full mental development. In other cases, nature as a human being may be disappeared altogether. It is where the basis of legal capacity are not fully developed, such as unborn child and minor. Okay, now all of you got it? Deficient capacity is established for an unborn child. That implies only some rights are established for the janin and no obligations are imposed on it. The reason is that the janin is considered part of the mother. In other aspects, the janin enjoys a separate life and preparing to separate from the womb. A deficient capacity for acquisition is also assigned to a dead man or a corpse. Amounts due for debts, bequests, and funeral expenses are taken from the wealth of the dead man. Any compensation payable for property destroyed by an act commencing before his death shall be derived from his property. A fictitious person is easily understood to be a person who does not exist. The main reason appears to be that dhimma is an ahad covenant with the lawgiver, and a fictitious person cannot be expected to enter such a covenant primarily because it cannot perform religious duties like the payment of zakah. For example, the state owns all the land within its territory. The provision regarding revival of burial land become meaningless because the primary condition is only that land can be revived. It's not owned by anyone. All the land is owned by the state as a person, and this excludes the possibility of any revival. Last one is capacity of the minor. A child has a complete capacity for acquisition of rights and obligations, but until he or she reach the age of actual or legal poverty, he or she has no ability for execution. Deficient legal capacity for execution is given to a non-poverty who has certain discretion or to an idiot who has reached poverty but does not have complete mental development. However, the minor is subjected to discipline because the reason being that the kitab is applicable to that person alone who comprehends the kitab fully. A person who possesses deficient legal capacity is not subject to the kitab. He cannot be held criminally liable. So, the legal capacity of minor is categorized as deficient.
Okay, let we move to imperfect legal capacity. Imperfect legal capacity is determined at the moment in cases which is the foundation of capacity, someone or an individual and has the right to give a viewpoint, but there are exterior characteristics that do not allow them to gain the accreditation of legal validity for several acts. There are two types of imperfect legal capacity, which are women and slaves. First, women become imperfect in those aspects. For example, evidence of women, a woman's share in inheritance, right to divorce, diya, and judicial office, and being head of state. Meanwhile, slaves refer to a person who is purchased as a treasure and is forced to work for someone without a salary or wages. Slaves are not independent or freedom and does not have the right of ownership, but he is still acquiring obligations related to ibadat and criminal offences.
So, what about defective legal capacity? Let's start with definition. Defective legal capacity is found in those factors that prevent capacity for acquisition and capacity for execution from taking full effect. As we can see on the slide, the basis for capacity of acquisition is humanity or a natural person, while the basis for capacity of execution is intelligence, discrimination, and understanding of the address. If a person doesn't have these requirements, it will affect their legal capacity of acquisition and execution. Moving to natural causes, the first causes is minority, or known as sigar. It does not affect their capacity for acquisition. All of their rights and obligations can be acquired as long as they are a natural person. While the capacity for execution requires reason, akal, for it to be fulfilled. The minor does not understand the kitab, therefore not liable for the ibadat, financial transactions, or punishments. The second causes is insanity, or known as junun. They don't have any right to the capacity of acquisition because rights and obligations are against an insane person who is considered can make the destruction of property, payment of diyah, and the like. The fuqaha consider insanity doesn't have the ability for capacity of execution, therefore punishments are not applicable to an insane person. Next causes is forgetfulness, or known as nisyan. Forgetfulness does not affect the capacity of acquisition or capacity of execution. As we can see, the basis for capacity of acquisition and capacity of execution is humanity, intelligence, discrimination, and understanding of address. There are two examples for acquired causes. The first one is intoxication. Intoxication is considered compatible with the capacity of acquisition because the basis of this capacity is humanity, and intoxication is acceptable to it. For example, a drunk person has legal responsibility, therefore he is obligated to pay compensation for any damage or loss of life or property. While for the capacity of execution, intoxication is compatible with the basis of this capacity, and that is intelligence and discrimination. It differs by the drunkenness if it's caused by a permissible means. The second acquired causes of defective legal capacity is jest. A person who is jesting does not lack sanity and understanding. Hence, it is compatible with the capacity of execution. Therefore, is obligated to receive punishment if they committed a crime. In conclusion, legal capacity divided into three, which are deficient legal capacity, imperfect legal capacity, and defective legal capacity. The effect of the legal capacity is divided into two, which are awarid muqsamawiyah, known as natural causes, and awarid muktasabah, known as human causes. That's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.